All right, back to the Doobie Brothers. What's up, guys? GeorgeTheCloud here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to my life. China Grove is the name of the song, which I don't think I have ever heard because I basically discovered the Doobie Brothers last week and I reacted to Black Water. So that's the only song I have heard from them as far as I know. And this is a request by Brad. Thank you so much for the coffee and the support. So the song is from 1973 and we're gonna get started here. I think this is just the audio. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you would like to support my music journey, please check out my Patreon. It helps out a lot. Grab some popcorn, fill up your water, put your headphones on. Let's go. So this is I'm assuming the album is The Captain and Me. Okay. No. How did it end so quickly? I ask. First things first, we hit the like. I am subscribed and I have a link of the original video down in the description below. Talking about the China Grove. You know what? After listening to this, I feel like I have maybe heard this song, if not another one that's very similar. And I don't know if it's by the same band, but it has like a lot of the elements on here, like super similar. So now I'm like thinking in my head, have I heard this? What's going on? Am I mixing up the songs? But it's like That piano, that riff on the piano, very quickly, very energetic, like that, and then the pauses that they do, and continuing. Man, there's gotta be there's another song. Man, let me look up the Doobie Brothers music here. I mean, I'm thinking it has to be by them since it's so similar. Songs. Listening to the music, it could be. Let's see if I recognize another one. I don't think so. Listening to the music. It may be that one, but we won't know unless I get to it. So I'm sure I will with time. All right, back to this one. Their harmonizing is so good. And when I hear this band, it really makes me feel like I am back to that era. And I probably say this a lot, with the different music, but it's only natural. I mean, I am listening to the best music. See, that's the thing about this channel. These are all bangers. It's so hard to decide, which one I prefer, which one is my favorite. And I think especially for me, because I'm very open-minded to music, and it's like the hardest question you could ever ask me is like, what's your favorite song? Right? It's like I can't. I have so much music that I enjoy with different artists. Of course, I like the classics, 70's, 80's. I also enjoy music from today, right? 2026 music that is coming out, electronic music, rock music, pop music, even, and of course, classic rock. So I have my different folders, but this one is definitely special because it's from a different era. So it makes me feel like I can it's like a fantasy thing. Like I can live another life, compared to music that is coming out now. I'm like, okay, well, this is present day. Like I can just, I'm feeling what I'm feeling, but there's no nostalgia or that longing from like, a different era type of feeling. So this is very cool. I like their vibe, and I like this guy's voice, which is very soulful. I can understand everything he says. Um, Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. See, I'm thinking of this song and I'm thinking of the other one, but don't worry, I will get to most of the Doobie Brothers catalog at some point if people request them. But yeah, this is a vibe. I'm gonna look up the meaning. They were definitely making references to China, and there was one part in here that they did this like melodic riff on the piano. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like it sounded like a Chinese or an Asian type of melody, where I don't even know if this is accurate, but like if you have the piano in front of you, you're normally typing on, or like a keyboard on the white notes, but if you go to the black notes, then there's like a different sequence that forms. Again, guys, forgive me, I'm not a professional, and I am, no scientist or genius. But if you press the black notes, then it gives you this type of melody, which is kind of like a different, like it skips something. But anyway, let me check up China Grove, the Doobie Brothers meaning. And it's kind of an odd topic. I don't know. I'm assuming they never traveled to China. That would be kind of weird. 1970s, there wasn't a lot of like world traveling or mixing of cultures, not as much as now, at least. So this is a fictional rocking tale about a sleepy little town near San Antonio, Texas, featuring an eccentric sheriff, a wisecracking teacher slash preacher, and a samurai sword wielding lawman. This is what I remember. This is what are they cartooning over here? Written by Tom Johnston, the song's lyrics were inspired by a wacky piano riff, with the title partially inspired by a road sign near San Antonio, though the story itself is purely imaginative, and very much at that. Although China Grove is a real small town near San Antonio, Texas, songwriter Johnston initially thought he made up the name. He later realized he had seen a road sign for it while on tour in 1972. You know, that's a good point because like now you can just look anything up the way I'm doing right now. Within seconds, okay, I can get the information, the historical data, the year, the what. But back then, you you had the library, probably. I mean, I don't know how else people looked up information. I guess you just knew by word of mouth, or yeah, you just went to, an institution. So he thought he had come up with a name, but it was actually a real town. Interesting. I mean, there's so many towns, so many names that I often think about that. Like, what can I even create to, right now that has not been inventing? And that goes like, generally speaking, names, songs, lyrics, actual products, inventions, features, stuff like that. I'm sure there are. I mean, it just takes somebody, that kind of clicks with it, and then they're like, oh, this is the new thing. But right now, I'm just like, with the internet, with ChatGPT, with AI, people have probably come across every idea you can think of that is, you know, legitimate, that you can actually make, right? And that's not fantasy. So I kind of, in that sense, I kind of miss these older times where you didn't have instant information at your hands. You kind of could let the mystery simmer in your head, and that type of like exploration, imagination could blossom into creative outlets. Anyway, yeah, this is a tune for sure. I'm gonna check out more from the Doobie Brothers, guys. So I will be here. Please subscribe, stay tuned, and at the end, do a flip. Till the next.